welcome to this week's Shop My Stash, where I go over eyeshadow palettes and our face products, and then I show you new eyeshadow palettes and we pick out face products together. So let's go over the palettes. We have the Jaclyn Hill palette Morph Volume 1. Such a good palette. I'm going to put this one up. We have Cara Beauty Stroke of Midnight. This is a very beautiful palette. And we'll be seeing that a lot of times in this collection. We have Cara Beauty Behind the Mask, another beauty. We have Cara Beauty again, is a Guide to Stardom palette. Gorgeous. We have Huda Beauty Rose Quartz. This has beautiful shimmers in it. It's a gorgeous palette. And then the only two palettes staying out are the Naked Urban Decay Ultraviolet, which I don't know if you're gonna, sorry about that, if you're gonna see this before that or after this, but here is the palette. This is now my project pan, along with the Huda Beauty Gemstones Obsession, which survived the project pan. So there's our panning palettes. I'll put these right here. So let's go through our face products and what we have out. I do have the Melt Posa face palette. I'm going to put that up. We have Cara Beauty Blush and Around Cream Blush palette. Let me open that up. This will be staying out. I've used these 3 shades of the palette so far and I love it. Then there is Milani. It is the Baked Blush in the shade Bella Blaney. I'm keeping this one out. We have 3 highlighters out. We have ABH Liquid Glow Highlighter in the shade Perla. I'm going to keep this out. Love it. And I can't forget the cream bronzer. And I did use this little liquid shadow for an eye look just real recently. Love it. We have this Wet n Wild contour bronzer, putting this one up. Good stuff. ColourPop Headwing. Cream to powder formula, really nice. We'll put that one up. We have ABH. It is their iced out highlighter. It's also a very nice highlighter. Put that up as well. Okay, eye products are basically all staying the same. I pulled this liquid shadow out to use from Lottie London. Didn't use it, so I'll put it back up, and I just pull those as I go, basically. What's all out here. So we have Dior. It is a mascara primer, keeping that. I'm trying to use that up. We have e.l.f. Lash and Roll Mascara, keeping that out. And there is KVD Tattoo Liner. I'm going to keep this one out. I did a tiny baby wing and loved it, so. Still keeping out all 3 of my Essence eyeliners. And the ColourPop Teaspoon eyeliner. Get some more stuff out here. Got lots of stuff. Alright, so let's start with the 2 single shadows. ColourPop Ice Cream, obviously it's staying out. It's not going nowhere. I'm going to end up using this up. We have the ColourPop single in the shade Dream Lover. I didn't use it, so we'll put it up. We have the About Face from, it's About Face Shadow Primer. We're going to put this up. We have the ABH Brow Pencil. I'm going to put this one up as well. NYX Glitter Glue stays out. Hard Candy Brow Gel. I like this, but before it sets, it moves around a little easy. So we're gonna put this up and use a different one. We have Morph Gel Liner in the shade Jet. I'm gonna keep this out. I didn't use it, but I'm keeping it out though. I give myself hope for doing more wing looks because I used this KVD tattoo felt tip and I loved it. So I'm thinking that I'll love the Melt Black Jet Liner too. Then I use the MAC Soft Worker Paint Pot here for eye primer, so I'm gonna put that up as well. Then we have the Danessa Myrix Moonlight Chrome Flakes. These are okay. Once I use this up and the other one up, I definitely would not repurchase these. They're just a pain to work with, I think. Face products. Let's get them out. We are going to start with the Patrick Ta for Face Setting Spray. It's Major Glow, Dewy Milk Mist. Keeping out, look at that usage. The Nessa Myrix, this is the Blurring Balm Powder. This is okay too. It's not got a good hold on your foundation like a lot of my other primers do. It's about 50-50. Some days I like it, some days I don't. It's right in the middle. We have our NYX Plump Right Back. I absolutely love this stuff. It's great. Then we have the Wet n Wild Conceal Stick. I use it as a color correction, and it is in the shade Your Natural. Then we have Flower Beauty Get Real. It's a serum concealer. It's in the shade Ivory. I'm going to keep this out. I like this. And I think we're finally going to put up our Makeup Revolution Eyebrow Filter Finish Soft Matte Concealer. This is really good. We have the One Size Turn Up the Base BB Cream. This is definitely a full coverage foundation for sure. And I have the shade Light 3 in. Good stuff. And then Revlon Candid Natural Finish. I like this, but the holding power of this foundation is not the best, but I still love it. And we have the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I'm going to put this up. I'm going to pull a different one. And we have Tarte. This is the Shape Tape Glow Powder in the shade Sunlight. Keeping out. I'm trying to use this up. And that is that for our base products. Lips will all stay the same, but I guess I can go ahead and pull everything out. Oh no, it's stuck. That way you can see what all I have out. Okay, so lip products, we have Urban Decay. It's the Lip Bond shade Textum. Good, love it. And we have the Revlon Color Stay Satin Ink in the shade Your Go-To. This is okay if you want a light lip that's not going to last long but looks glowy. This is your girl right here, this. And I have two NYX Shine Round lipsticks, one in the shade Gold Crusher. I love it. It's a gorgeous glossy matte lip and does last all day. I have no problems with this. And that's with eating as well. And the other one is On a Mission. It's a gorgeous red. And we have Essence 8 Hour Soft Matte Liquid Lipstick. This is just like, it performs just like the Revlon Color Stay Satin Ink Lippy. It's a good, nice, light coverage, but it doesn't last all day. But I still like this, so we'll keep that out. Oh, and this is in the shade Cinnamon Spice. And because it's called Cinnamon Spice, I pulled out the corresponding lip liner and Cinnamon Spice and wore them together. And I'm still using the KVD Moth Orchid liquid lippy that I was sent to review. I actually quite like this shade. I'm glad they sent me this shade. This is a nice light pink, and I don't wear a lot of pink lipsticks, but I love this. So yeah, this is staying out. And the other one I have is the shade Mother from KVD. This is like the old formula, but it still works great. And lip liners, we have Dragon Beauty lip liner shade Lip Job, ColourPop lip liner shade BFF, and then the new Essence lip liner, it's in the shade Hugs and Teddies. It's in the shade Berry Soft. And then Jeffree Star lip liner Posh Spice. And I almost forgot the Essence lipstick in the shade Amazing. I'm going to put this one up because I want to pull out just a slightly different lipstick, and it is, which one? I think it's this one. Yeah. I'm going to pull out the Sephora brand lipstick in the shade Taurus, and it is a cream lipstick to go with the lip liners. I'll rearrange that catastrophe later, but let's go over palettes. Now I picked palettes off, besides 2 palettes, I pulled out 2 new palettes, but the other ones are oldies, but still goodies. So thanks for that palette idea. So let's go ahead and show you the oldies, but still goodie palettes. And I pulled out some big palettes. So we do, so I pulled out 1, 2, 3, 4 palettes that are oldies but goodies. So let's get the ones that aren't oldies but goodies. So we have Michaela Part 2, which I pulled these out strictly for these shimmers. So put her up. Yeah. So now let's get to the oldie palettes. We have Makeup Revolution, the Emily Edit the Once palette. Listen, when this palette came out, this got not the best reviews, but it's also not an everyday color story for people. I actually quite like this very much, so she's an oldie, but definitely a goodie. Then we have Jawbreaker, who remembers when this released, from Jeffree Star. Definitely an oldie, but still good. So then we have KVD's the 10th anniversary palette. Love this. I'm never letting this go. Until it goes bad, then I'll let it go. But she still works good. So we're gonna use this. And we have the Melt Impulsive palette. They don't even make this anymore, but I love this palette, so we'll pull her out. And look at the shimmers in there. Gorgeous. This has to go to the side because she's too thick for the slots. And I pull out for a new palette is a Makeup Revolution, is the Real Romance. Let's see if I can't open it one hand, but look how pretty. And then the last palette I pulled out is the Cara Beauty Peace and Lovin' palette. Look at that, so pretty. So then I will set the Ultraviolet palette here and put the Huda Beauty. You can share a slot with the Cara palette. Okay, those are our palettes all stacked up to use. Let's go base. And I'm gonna pull out for base. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the Pore Professional Hydrate Primer. And then go to our drugstore side. And we'll use the Ulta Beauty Youthful Glow Primer Serum. Okay, foundation. For high end, let me go ahead and pull out my Too Faced Born This Way matte foundation, and I have in the shade Nude. because I was so excited that I bought 2 Catrice foundations, I'm gonna pull this one out. They're both in the same shade. This is the new one. Set it sideways so I know. So we're gonna pull this one out in the shade 30 Fair. And then concealer. I have a drugstore concealer out, so let's go for high end. Let's go ahead and pull out we're gonna do the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use concealer in the shade Swan. And then for color corrector, because I bought 3, not thinking about it, let's go ahead and let's use the Ulta Beauty brand. That's it for that drawer. And setting powders, I'm going to pull out the ColourPop Translucent No Filter Setting Powder. And then for bronzer, it's good for ColourPop Cream the Bronzer in the shade I'll Bet Back Out. I don't need a cream or powder blush, so let's go over here to highlighters, where I'm going to pull out and do ColourPop in the shade Monster for Super Shock. And then I also want to pull out Jeffree Star Citrus Bling. So those are my highlights for the week. Face palette. I already have one face palette out, but I think I'm going to pull out the One Size face palette in the shade Berry That. And then setting spray, still staying with the one. So brow glue, let's go ahead and pull out the e.l.f. Shape and Stay Brow Pencil. And pull that out. Good. And then eye primer. Let's pull out the Urban Decay shade Eden eye primer, and then we'll also pull out the Sephora brand eye primer. And brow pencil, I do want to use the new to me Essence Baby Got brow pencil, and I have the shade medium brown. And in this drawer, I usually just pick out of as I go. So let's go ahead and go with this shade from ColourPop and the shade Frog. Okay. So this is everything up. So we are a full house this week with our products. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you in my next one. Bye.